Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Insanity That Makes Sense. Well, it's official. Zohan Mamdani has been officially voted in as the Democratic candidate in New York City for mayor. He slipped through the cracks, and I'll give you the reason why. Nobody cares about the primary. It's a sleeper election. The only people that really came out to vote for this nut are people that just don't understand anything. They see, free rent, free food, free health care, all these kids that don't even know any better. They think that they can get a free ride, but basically it's all coming from, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So all the real people in New York City didn't really pay attention because it's just a stupid election. But now that they've been woken up, all the Jews and all the rich people and the rich Jews in the city of New York, and I think there's like 10 million of them, they're going to come out for the real election. So, this guy does not have a chance in hell to win the election. They're all going to come out, they're all going to vote against this nut, and he's just going to go down the tubes. And God forbid he does get elected, he's going to not have any power to do anything. This guy is just putting out these campaign promises that he has absolutely no power to come through with. He has no power to say what the rents are going to be in New York City. That's not his power to do. He has no power to do anything about food. He has no authority to talk about immigration. He's just the mayor. He's not the governor, and he has no authority. But he's just making up these false platforms so these morons that live in the city believe him. He's giving out free koozies, he's giving out free ice cream, he's jumping in the water with the polar bears, but he has absolutely no authority to do anything. And second of all, Donald Trump is still running the country. So if he thinks he's going to do anything on a state level against Donald Trump and the federal government, he's got another thing coming. Because Donald Trump is going to cut him off at the balls because he's not going to give him any money. So this knucklehead is basically going to have no money to run this city. So it's just so stupid. This guy has no clue. And the other thing, he thinks he's going to be able to come down and discriminate against white people, white privileged billionaires in the city of New York, and charge them higher rents, higher taxes. Well, this just came down yesterday that because of that and him thinking he's able to do this, the Federal Reserve Bank has now made it a law that because he can do this or thinks he can do this, they've preempted his thinking that now the United States government is now making it legal for banks and credit unions to charge black people and minorities such as the Spanish and Asians, all the minorities, a higher interest rate when it comes time to borrowing money for a mortgage, to purchase a home, to get a car loan, or even a personal loan. So now it's legal for people like myself in the mortgage industry to charge a higher rate. Thank you, you socialist idiot. You fucked your people. So at this point, where it's normally about 6% for a white person to get a home loan, it's now going to be about 8.5 to 9 for a black person to get a home loan. And that's just coming down now from the Federal Reserve. And that should be going into effect right after the 4th of July. So, thanks a lot, you communist nutbag. You just made it more expensive for the blacks to afford a home. I guess you really knew what you were doing when you came up with that law. I guess black loans don't matter. So anyways, we'll see what other chaos this idiot can come up with as he keeps talking. So, thank you for listening to my station, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, Insanity That Makes Sense, and look for me tomorrow for my next video, and keep cool, it's hot out there, and thanks for watching.